This month, again, more finishing, and the sequencing of a lot of this is taking a while. The electrical's been taking a while to just fit off. It seems to be a little bit complicated, so we're just finalising all those aspects to it. What we've also done is got the furniture in, because the furniture needs to be in there, and it's actually been constructed on site or assembled on site. We've actually manufactured it off site. So the bed base, the couch, dining table are all custom bits of furniture that I've designed that I wanted in that space. So quite a few interesting things happening with the couch, and also the bed with storage and so on. We're also trying to coordinate with what's going on inside with outside as well. So the laneway leading up to the house is being rejuvenated back to bluestone. So there was originally bluestone there 100 years ago. It had bitumen put over the top several, decades ago. But now that's being removed, and they're actually re-leveling the bluestone in there. So it's going to be grounded and planted in the space in that laneway. So I'm looking forward to seeing the final result, and that's sort of been in progress, and it's taken a couple of weeks to do that. So we just finished it towards the end of this month. With the custom furniture that's going into this house, I've seeked out and extended a collaboration with a furniture maker in the area, in the near vicinity. And the reason I chose him as well is because he uses recycled timbers, so it really fits in with the philosophy of what we're doing. So I've had this design for a couch that's going to become into a dining table, and also a bed with a lot of storage underneath. So I've collaborated with him, used his workshop. We've manufactured the bed off-site, manufactured the dining table and also the couch. And then part of that design was being able to disassemble it, bring it onto site, and then reassemble it on site. In parallel to that, we've been getting the upholstery done as well. So we've sourced renewable fabrics, or more eco-friendly fabrics around, and then also worked with the upholsterers to use latex and so on that's recycled latex and not used more damaging materials. And look, a lot of these things are quite hard to find as well, and we're restricted in certain instances what we can and can't use, but it's seeking that out and asking the right questions and really looking out for the best product for the situation. A quick little explanation of the table and the theory behind it. It's a small space, there's 1 to 2 people living in that. You can only sit on the couch or sit at the dining table. You can't do both at the same time if it's one person. And normally when you're sharing, you're normally performing the same activities. So the idea is the couch actually rotates and pivots on a point, and the back of the couch becomes the dining table. And along with that, the dining table is a 100-year-old Vic Ash that's been recycled through second-hand tables through that. So it's a nice little story because there's a 100-year-old Vic Ash there, and we've also used the same hardwood in the glulam beams that are the offcuts and stuck together and engineered. So there's a nice little continuation of the story of the hardwoods that have been used through the build. The icing on the cake now is the lights are being installed. So those strip lights that were manufactured out at Coulon LED are now on site, and we've actually routed out grooves into the laminated beams that are exposed for the ceilings and recessed the lights in there, and also in the handrails going up. All the plumbing now has been sort of finalised. The toilets have gone, and I guess that's the last little bits and pieces to go in. We've also installed the thin tank, which is a 2,000 litre water tank that we're capturing water off the neighbouring property. And we can do that because their storm water runs through our property through an easement. So we're accessing that water. And This tank is actually mounted in a steel frame that sits about 2 metres off the ground, so that way we still have space underneath it for all our services between the two properties. So it's really using even the airspace between the buildings and the wall space between the buildings as well for all the services. So it's just thinking outside the square and not only looking in front of you, but looking up and seeing how you can use space in 3 dimensions. Seeing the bluestone go in, or going back in after it's been lifted off and re-levelled, has been fantastic and amazing. And even looking down on it from the site, I can't wait to have everything cleaned up and finished, because there's quite a bit going on around. But now everything on site is starting to get cleaned up. It's quite exciting. It looks amazing. It's really going to ground the building in the site and make it look like it's been there for a long time. And that's been part of this process as well. I didn't want this building to stick out like a sore thumb. It's going to. It's a contemporary building, but the timber, there's elements in there that are going to soften that up. So the bluestone is just going to ground it and tie it back in, and it's beautiful. I love that old bluestone. So it's not new stone that's been mined from a quarry and brought in. It's the existing stone that's been there for well over 100 years.